Hey y'all, welcome back to Ono's Fish Corner. Jim. We're going to work on a little project I have going on. I broke down my 56 column reef. Tired of messing with it. But what we're going to do is we're going to clean the two tanks up pretty good. One of the tanks was the sump. So I'm going to attempt to fix the sump. I'm going to attempt to put it back into a working tank. So let's go. Probably do this on a little time lapse so it won't be so boring. But here's the tank that we are going to mess with. You can see that it still has a couple of the baffles in it. I removed one already, but I had to cut right here is where the one baffle was, stretching across to over here. Now, removing this baffle from here, I messed up the silicone in the corners, both corners across from each other. So, more than likely have to reseal the tank after we get these two baffles taken care of and removed. And, I mean, look at it, it is filthy. It is completely filthy. So, you know, that's what we're going to work on. That's what we're going to do. Something that I haven't done before. So, I actually cleaned this up right here of the silicone. You can still see a little bit of the silicone where it was, but I'm thinking it looks pretty good. So like I said, I mean, I'll take and remove this hard water. It's real bad. It's real bad since it was a reef. So here we go. This one is actually not going to be that bad. It's only siliconed on these two outer edges here and then along the bottom. But of course, you know, with the two pieces of glass right here, I couldn't get into, you know, where they were. I did this one a little bit, but it's not that bad. All right, guys, so now that we have the baffles removed, I'm going to just take a razor blade and go over everything and try to get all of the built up junk off the glass. Being that it was a saltwater tank or a reef tank, and it was my sump, there's a lot of built up minerals, calcium, and just salt on the tank. So I'm going to clean it off, and I'm going to scrape it real good with the razor blade, and then I'm going to wash it out, and then I'm going to have to remove the silicone around the tank because I screwed it up. So now I'm just going to clean it real good. I'm going to use a little bit of rubbing alcohol on where I took the silicone off and make sure that that is good. And then the next bead of silicone that I use will adhere to the glass and hopefully not leak. So let me do that. That's going to be extra boring. I'm not even going to time lapse that. So catch me in about 3 seconds for you guys. Okay guys, we got the tank cleaned. We got it scraped. This is not going to be a beauty queen. I just realized a few minutes ago while I was cleaning it that this thing has been a sump its entire life. And I'm figuring that's 8 years I've had the Reef tank set up. That's kind of amazing, and also it explains why it's I mean, it's a good tank, don't get me wrong, but I don't think I would have had many more years of leak-free tank. Some of these sides were, I wouldn't even say paper thin, because I think it was thinner than that. Also, because this was $1 per gallon tank, I believe. I could be mistaken about that. I mean, that was 8 years ago. Jesus, don't hold me up to that. But fairly cheap. Also, it's the first time that I'm going to attempt to reseal the tank. So I'm not going to worry about it if I do mess it up. I'm not going to worry about it if there is silicone all over the place. But I'm going to use a little 3M painter's tape to try to trace out these lines and keep them as perfect as I can, because if I do good on this, then I can do good on another. And getting a leaking tank, or a tank that is reptile only because it leaks, is far more thrifty than going to the store and buying a brand new tank. And that's why I wanted to try it on this. I probably could have got away with, whenever I took the baffles out of this tank, just to maybe do a little touch up to the one side. The other side wasn't even damaged. I just thought it was, because I had so much silicone on the baffle on the side. So whenever I cut it out, there was just a big chunk there, and I thought that I had screwed that up, and it wasn't. It was just the excess silicone that I had used when I put the baffles in. So I'm going to tape this up, and hopefully, I believe I have silicone, and if I don't, then I'll have to go get it. And if that's the case, then this video will be a couple pieces. So it probably is going to be a couple pieces anyway, because it's probably getting too long, even though most of it will be a time lapse. So it might be all right. I think I do have some silicone. I'm not sure how much I have, and I'm not sure if it's the right. If not, I would like to get some black and see how I would do with that. I do love the black edges of the tank, but you know, if I can't find it, I can't find it. So let's tape it. Okay, so what I've done, and I'm wondering, I'm sure you guys are wondering why I marked the outside. So when I'm inside, I can't see where the line is, and what I want to do is get a really good line going, so I can, like I said, I know this tank is not going to be a beauty queen, and it's not going to go up on a shelf inside the house somewhere. It's going in the corner. But I'm practicing. You got to practice, right? You're not just going to grab a tube of silicone. You're not just going to grab a tank. You're not going to throw that bead out there and it be perfect. Of course not. That doesn't make any sense. So get an old tank, rip that silicone off of it. It doesn't matter if it holds water. It doesn't matter if it leaks all over the place. Rip that silicone off of it, get you a good aquarium sealer, and practice. If you rip it off, if you seal it, if it leaks like a sprinkler in the summertime, it doesn't matter. It's an old tank. What have you lost? I think in 8 years, I've got my $20 out of it. I'm just gonna say. Now, if I get angry and I cannot, after 2 or 3 times trying to seal this thing, if I get angry and throw this thing across the garage and it shatter into 1,000 pieces, still okay. My 20 bucks is good, right? Let's get back to it. Okay guys, what do you think? I think it's gonna look pretty good if I take my time. I think it's gonna be all right though. Let me check on the silicone, and we'll be back. All right, all. So I looked and I actually found the correct silicone, which is the silicone one, 100% silicone. So apparently the silicone is as old as the tank because yeah, I think it's past its date. So looks like there will be a second video. So I will get some silicone, some that's liquid form, and finish up the tank. We'll catch you guys. Hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate you guys coming by. Have a good evening. Happy New Year to you guys, and Merry Christmas to you as well. Catch you next time.